Well, here we are at Germany turn 8, and it looks like the Axis are definitely going to lose. Um, but we'll make our last ditch effort here. I don't think there was any Japan recap, but you saw the U.S. turn that U.S. was able to take the Dutch New Guinea oil there. Anyway, so U.S. took Germany, so Germany has nothing that they could spend this turn, even if they wanted to. Americans took it all. Berlin is under American control. So I just have a few battles that we can run through, and I will just see how they turn out, kind of for fun. But I think this is definitely going to be an Allied victory. So first one here, might as well take my sub and go in there. Who knows? Maybe you get super lucky. I would also attack Western Germany. I would attack Germany. I would attack Western Ukraine. And this is kind of a Hail Mary, but I would also attack Egypt. So here's the way these would look for combat movements. So the submarine from 109 would go into 110 to attack that British fleet there. Into Western Germany, I've got an infantry and a tank that could go in there. To Germany, I've got an air transport that can come up to Germany along with these two guys he's going to bring in with him. He would have, let's see, 1, 2, and he's leaving from an air base, so he would have 5 left. Not that he's going to survive that battle, I think. These 2 planes, TAC and a fighter, also leaving from the same air base in Romania. So they're going to have 3 left. And then the 2 tanks from Romania can move 1, 2 right into Germany there. Okay, so that would be the battle to try and get back Berlin. This one, so Western Ukraine, what we'd come in with is this tank, 2 tanks, and all of these German infantry. There are 4 of those. And then also from Bessarabia, there's an infantry and a mech who can come from Bessarabia. And then I would also take this tactical bomber from Romania. That's a movement of 2, leaving from an air base, so he has 3 left as well. And then all my other Luftwaffe air power, I would send it on down here to Egypt to see what kind of damage can be done. All of these planes from Greece, they're also leaving from an air base, 3 fighters. So that's 1, 2, 3. So they would have 2 left. Mark that. They all have, so they have 3 fighters with 2 left. Another fighter and 2 tactical bombers coming from Romania. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 1 left. They're also leaving from an air base. This is going to be a disaster, I think. But it's the last round. You might as well try it. Okay. And I think that is essentially everything I would do. So might as well just start with this sub-battle up here just for fun. So I have 1 at 2. And then what the defense would be 3 destroyers at 2. So, and I don't get a surprise strike because there's destroyers there. So I got a miss, and then they got me. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so the German sub is gone. Okay, the next one, might as well just move across here. So Western Germany. So what I've got is a 1 and a 3 against a 2. So here's my 1 and 3, both misses. Against a 2, it's also a miss. We'll do it again. 1 and 3. Okay, I got my hit. Nothing. Okay, so the American would come off of there, and that would be back in German hands. Okay, so for Germany itself, so what I've got is 2 paratroopers, a TAC, and a fighter, and 2 tanks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think these 6 dice. And what's defending there is the Americans. There are 3 at 2 for the 3 infantry and the 1 tank. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully I get lucky here. Okay, there's 3 hits. Okay, so 3 hits. I assume that's going to be the infantry that would come off first. Okay, they do get to roll back. So here's the 3 infantry and the tank in Berlin. 2 hits. So what I would do is I would take the first hit on the air transport. So that's gone. And then I'd take the second hit on one of the infantry. Okay, so it rolled again. So I have 1 infantry, I have 2 tanks, and I have tactical bomber and a fighter. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice. So 1, 1, 3 threes, and a 4. Got it. Okay. And what the Americans have is 1 at 3. And that's a miss. Okay. I might actually be able to hold it. We'll see. Okay, so the American tank is coming off. This American tank, by the way, I gotta highlight that guy. That was a gift from Detroit. Hand painted by Detroit off of his own table. So that's coming off. Okay, so I've got this in Germany, and then we'll land those planes when we get to non-combat. Okay, this is going to be dicey right here. We'll see how this goes. So what I've got is, let's see, I should have 6 at 1, because what I've got is 4 infantry, actually 5 infantry, 5 infantry, 1 mech, 2 tanks, so 2 at 3, and then I have a tactical bomber at 4. Okay, and the defense, there are 5 Soviets there and 2 Americans, and then there's also 2 air transports and 2 anti-aircraft guns. The anti-aircraft gun gets to shoot first, so let's do that. Let's roll it in the bucket. Oh, that's gonna change things. Okay, I lost my tack. It's down. Well, that's gonna spell trouble. So what I've got then is 6 and 2. This may not go very well. Okay, 6 at 1. Okay, so I got 2 hits there. So I imagine the first thing that you're going to take off would be the air transports. If I have the orders of casualties wrong in here, let me know. I can always redo that. if needed, but I think that's what you'd do. Okay, oh, look at that. You got 4 hits. So, what I would take is 4 of my 1s off. I'm gonna lose this bad. So I have 1, 2. Now I have 2 at 1 and 2 at 3 left. There's only 1 hit there. Okay, that's going to be, I think, one of the anti-aircraft guns coming off. And you still get to roll 7 at 2. There's 2 hits there. So that's my other 2 guys coming off of there. Okay, do it again. I just have 2 at 3 is all I have left. I got 1 hit. Okay, so that's going to be the other anti-aircraft gun. And tell me if you want to do differently. Maybe you don't want to take the anti-aircraft gun. Maybe you'd rather take a infantry. But what you've got, you still have your 7 at 2. And you got all of mine. That's everything I've got. So that was bad. That's a disaster right there. Okay. And now for the next disaster. Okay. So I've got 3 at 3, those 3 fighters, and another 3, my 4th fighter, and then 2 tacks. Okay. So let's see what happens here. So I've got, and I might as well line up the defense here. So on defense, there's a French infantry, 2 British mechs, 1 British artillery, 2 British fighters, 1 French fighter, and a British tack. Okay, so here's my 6. There's 3 hits. Okay, so, and tell me again if you'd do something differently, but I'm thinking probably what you'd take is the French infantry, the British artillery, and the British mech. And then here's the defending roll. Okay, so that shoots down 3 of these planes. Okay, so 3 of the planes are shot down. So what I think I would take is I'm going to take this fighter who only had 1 left, and I would take 2 of these other fighters. And so what I'm left with now, actually maybe what I would do, would I rather take attack? 3, I get to have 3 left. Which 3 do I want? I think what I would take is this. So what I have is 2 fighters and 1 tack left. Okay, so 2 fighters, 1 tactical bomber left. Germany's last gasp. Nothing. All right, this is probably the end. So what they've got is they take that out. So we've got the 3 4s, the 1, that looks right to me. Okay, there's 2 hits right there. So all we're left with now is just one little measly plane. Okay, so I think what we'll be down to is the last fighter. Okay. The last fighter you gotta miss. And I'm sure he's gonna die here. So this is the end of the Third Reich. Look at that. 4 hits. Okay, they're gone. All that. Luftwaffe has been destroyed. The only other thing left to do, I guess, is just land some planes. These 2 up in Berlin that have survived have 3 left. They would go 1, 2, 3 into southern Italy. Yeah. And then a few other non-combat movements here. This factory in Romania can rail 3 guys up into Warsaw, which is helpful. And I think there's not a whole lot else that would matter, I think, at this stage. So I think that is essentially it for Germany. I think we're on to UK. Sad to see my TAC get shot down there in Western Ukraine. I think that might have been a lot closer if I had had that. Anyway, it is what it is. So I think that's it for Germany. Thank you guys for watching. I have to say, this has been a blast. This game has been so much fun. I really enjoyed playing with Warpig and Jason from Toronto and Hot Desert Runner. This has been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it, even if we are on the losing end of this. So thank you guys so much for making this possible. All right, that's it. Oh, let me give a quick recap, I guess. So Germany has 2 guys and a tank in Gibraltar. There's also some Italian units there. There's I don't know that these matter. What's in Normandy, Bordeaux? Maybe what does matter. There's an infantry and a tank in Western Germany. There's 2 tanks and an infantry in Germany proper. 3 infantry in Poland. There's 1 infantry in Romania. And I think that's probably all that matters. There's a German sub there in 98. Don't know that that matters. There's 2 German transports and a destroyer in the Black Sea, Sea-Zone 100. There's an Italian infantry on one of those German transports. That's basically it. We had plans for that, ended up not using it. So, thank you guys. Bye.